How's it going today? Beautiful day today. Nice fall day. What I'm working on today, received payment for the very first order for a Brazil Mini Forge, complete with the hood and everything, all legs and all that stuff. You may be asking yourself, well, why didn't you have a whole bunch of these already ready to go? Remember that time I lost a file? And I was saying I would probably try not to make that mistake again. Well, I know what happened. What it was I used the same page to design something else, and I don't know how. When I saved it or whatever, I tried to go back, and it kind of just overrode it. And so guess what? I get to redesign this again. It's probably the fifth time I've redesigned it. It keeps getting better, but it is a pain in the ass. It takes about 2 hours to redo it all. I was lucky because I did have an old file of it, so the general outline of the forge was there, so I didn't have to do everything again, but I pretty much had to do about 80% of it. Totally lost the hood design, all that. I had to redo the hood. And I figured I'd take the opportunity to make the hood a little bit better. I can't really improve on the pan. The pan's pretty good, but I'm going to try and make the hood work a little bit better and be a little bit smaller so it fits in the box a little better. It was kind of making the box bulge a little bit, so just for shipping reasons, you know, I'm trying to deal with that. Other than that, what's new for me right now? You know about my prospects for getting that job that I was talking about. If you know me personally, you know that deep down in my heart, I hate metalwork. I like the final result of the things I make, but the process is miserable. I honestly barely enjoy doing most forms of fabricating and welding. Pretty sick of it. Just that side of it. I like the creative side of it. It's just the actual getting in there and welding and grinding and making noise. It's just, it's miserable, shitty work. I don't recommend it to anybody. But it does pay good money and pays the bills, and it's got me where I am today. So, you know, no complaints as far as that goes. I don't really have any regrets. You know, maybe a few. I was in our local industrial park, Burnside, doing a bunch of errands, buying some tools and picking up a paycheck from my last employer and that sort of thing. And this thought had already crossed my mind. I kind of was looking for a new direction. You know, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop metalworking. I'm always going to have my little metal shop, but I thought of I kind of like going to school and learning new things. So I was thinking, start a whole new trade. And I was thinking electrician type work, because I'm thinking of the future. Some kind of work that would be easy for a guy that's getting a little older. You know, welding is a young man's job. You know, it's just like carpentry and that sort of thing, like heavy carpentry, building houses and stuff. I mean, you need to be in good physical shape, you know. When you start to get close to 50 years old, you know, the bones don't work so good and the muscles don't work so good, and some mornings you wake up and you feel like crap, you know, because of the type of work that you do. And I mean, it's rough. So I had pondered also taking courses in safety, and maybe getting a job as a safety officer. I know a lot of you are probably just laughing to kill yourself right now. There's many documented situations where I've not used a whole lot of safety. I'm generally a safe person. I know what's safe for me when I'm in my own workshop. I've never had any sort of major incident in my shop. Just a few things here and there that do happen. I mean, no matter how hard you try, you're going to smash a finger. You're going to cut yourself once in a while. You're going to burn yourself. The idea is to minimize those things, in my opinion. You know, smashing your finger is a lot better than cutting your finger off, and getting a little dust in your eye is better than driving a nail in or something. You know what I mean? So, you know, life is full of pain, and all you can do is your best at trying to avoid being seriously injured and not doing something incredibly stupid. My last video there, where I'm pouring gasoline all over the fire, I was just trying to be funny. That's not fucking gasoline. That would be incredibly stupid to dump 2 gallons of gasoline, and besides, it's so expensive. I mean, it would just be stupid anyway. But and to stand there, I think the giveaway was probably as I'm carrying it, I'm pouring it all down my leg just for effect. I was kind of hoping you'd all be saying, oh fuck, don't like that. But anyway, water doesn't burn. There was just a little, I poured about a quarter cup down the cardboard where I knew I was going to light it, and I went up and I lit that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. But anyway, back to what my plans are. I've made up my mind. I'm going to try and get on to the shipyard, and if I get on there as a welder or welding supervisor, which is what I've applied for recently, you know, maybe I get on as that. But I'm signed up now for a whole bunch of safety courses, and I'm going to try and get a construction safety supervisor certificate, which would allow you to become a, you know, a hired safety guy at your local company. Basically a miserable white hat that goes around and tells people to put their glasses on and, you know, don't use kerosene for putting out fires, and, you know, those sorts of things, and making sure people don't do stupid shit. And I'm pretty good at recognizing when somebody's doing something very dumb and stopping them from doing it, or at least trying to minimize the potential for injury on a job site. I've always been the guy that jumps in there with the obvious, you know, well, I think it's obvious, but the common sense of the thing of, you know, why are you doing that? You know, that's not safe. This could happen, and I can always visualize what may or may not happen. So anyway, I thought I'd go that route, and even if that I don't get a job as a safety person, at least I'll it'll look good on my resume, and I'll have all this safety stuff. It's a whole bunch of courses. It's probably 15 different designations. You know, there's everything from confined space and all this other stuff. And I'm just going to pay for it out of my own damn pocket and get it. It's thousands of dollars, but you know, if you're going to hire a welder, wouldn't you hire the welder that has 14 safety certificates before you'd hire just the regular welder? So I know they're not doing the bulk of the hiring down there for about a year, so I'm hoping to get a whole bunch of this under my belt before that comes along. Like I say, I already applied for a job as a welding supervisor, but I'm not going to hold my breath for that. You know, if I get a job a year from now, that's fine too, because they're not doing the bulk of the work here for at least a year. They must just need a welding supervisor for the work they're doing right now, and nothing to do with the ships that they just got. Anyway, other than that, that's what I'm working on, getting this forge built, just for the very first customer ordering a forge. There's some more orders as they come along, so what I'm doing is I'm going to make sure I save this friggin' file in 2 or 3 different places. I'm never going to lose this file again, I hope, unless this computer catches on fire. But I'm going to burn out, you know, 8 of them and get them in boxes and get them ready to go. That way, as the money comes for them, I can just get them in the mail. Here, I'm just going to finish it up today, and it'll be in the mail for you guys. Other than that, that's one of today's videos. Just a little talk about what I plan on doing with my life. Something positive, I hope. Later today, I will be showing you how to make moonshine. Hey! I've got a big stainless steel urn, 10-gallon urn. Actually, I have several of them. And but I'm just going to put on one small batch of moonshine today and show you how that's done, how I mix it all up, and we'll get that going. It's not illegal to make, not in Canada. I don't know about the United States. I think in many states it's actually not illegal to make small quantities of home brew or homemade liquor or whatever. I know even here, I'm pretty sure everywhere, it's illegal to sell it, but it's not illegal to make your own liquor. It's no different than making wine or making beer. In some ways it's better because it stores. And I've had a lot of home brews and home wines. Some homemade wine's pretty good, but home brew, whew, it's not always so hot. Buddy of mine, Stevie Rudolph there, he used to make a fine home brew. I think he still does all that stuff, but anyway, I miss him, and I miss his beer. So if you're watching, Stevie, love you. Say hi to Sarah and the little one. Anyway, that's it for that.